When you come home, what's it like? And I'm home, and in the back of my head, none of you are angels, and none of you are Christians. So it's basically a code that God uses to kind of tell me, hey, relax, have a vacation for a bit. That's all it means to me. So, and it's nice because, there's 24 hours in a day, and he's pretty much like, well, why go through anxiety or worry about something you don't have to worry about it? Just daydream for a bit. We'll deal with it in the morning. And I think that's the difference between me and Nicholas Irving, because his wife, as far as I know, like I'm not gonna delve into his. I could. They're okay. Like they have a happy marriage. Like they understand each other. That's what she chose. She got a sniper. She got a killer. So I think when he told her, she probably had her thought process on it. Now you and Cherie's entire battalion got slaughtered by me. So I think that's that's an entire different everything Cherie loved. I murdered. So it was gonna fester in her. That was a hard um because the father said make sure you separate. Don't call her my wife. Separate and call her Cherie. So it was you got two different sides. Cherie's locked down in Portland. Eyes glowing and everything, and all these people she admires and shit like that. And her delusional state of just inefficiency when it comes to war, and just like, okay. So when I got sent in, I was clearing shit out. And we were probably, when you say we, how many? Me and God. So, the shit that she liked and everything like that, we hated. So it was, that's the fucking enemy. We don't do that. But those were her people. And then we quickly kind of ascertained that this is going to be more difficult than, uh, I'm not going to say presenting itself. I'm just going to say now that I'm face to face and seeing it with these two eyes, and God is in me, and He's telling me this is what it is, this is going to be more difficult. So I think when she found out that, hey, this is fucking Michael, and this is actually Jesus, like he's a killer, um, it didn't go well because she was never a part of it. So when I would talk about war stories and shit like that, yeah, I stopped this dude from raping this girl and all that. She didn't look at he stopped this guy from raping this girl. She looked at you stopped this guy. That was my brother. So it was some shit that she wouldn't accept. And you're looking at a woman, to be real, you man, that is stuck in Portland, punching herself in the face, and has to take different rendezvous every single time. She would call them errands and go downtown, get pills and shit like that, or And then she would talk about, well, how I feel on these pills is like this, and I get very, very cold. And it wasn't until God kind of set her up and had her actual paperwork sent to me, and I was reading it. Psychotic disorder. She isn't trustworthy to handle this much money, and she goes on sporadic um, shopping sprees, and says that she has an abusive ex-boyfriend named Michael. And I'm like, dude, I haven't even been in your life for like 3 years. What are you talking about? Abusive. We got you out of Portland. No one was abusive. So then you realize that she's actually creating things in her head. So that's a situation she created with the devil. And it was more like, all right, I should never approached you. I should have never tried to help you. You get those thought processes, but God's kind of like, no, that's your wife. So when I'm trying to explain to her, yeah, I'm a killer, like I'm just telling you, like that's my job. And she didn't, I don't think, I, um, she could switch back and forth. Like we were pretty much like, we had wrote this song, Keep My Name Out Your Bitch Ass Mouth. And then we were playing it, and like she took it the entire different way of I, God didn't like her. So it's the weirdest thing when God doesn't like your wife. Um, like when she interfered too much, like she was trusted with something, and yeah, no. So I didn't come home to that. I don't. Do you think you ever will? Um, why not? I mean, the thing that my father was teaching me is like, then create it. If you don't like it, then start creating something else. So we got into this mood. We really did. We're just gonna erase you. Like, hey, I wrote this. Now I'm gonna erase it. And it was kind of like we didn't. I think it was during my Navy SEAL in San Diego, and we were walking around. It was just pitch black, dark, and he was like, "People are like holograms." It was like, "Are they in your life?" I was like, "No." So why do they matter? So it was kind of a stepping stone to, but at the same time, they're useful. So I would say, don't put yourself in a category of just being useful. Put yourself in a category of, hey, We're all family. So, I mean, everybody made their choices. So we're kind of sorting everything out. And she hated that. But I was like, I don't know what to tell you. Commander of Heaven's Army, here I am. This is what it is. This is what did you think it was going to be? People die and things happen. And this is the reason why. And when you um, tried to explain that to her, like she's like, I don't fucking care. This is this and this and this and this. And she's like, you're a fucking idiot. How long would that get you? Because she had this idea where she hates Hollywood, right? And I was like, okay, so then who else is going to replace them? Isn't it better work through them, see what you need to see, have some entertainment for everybody else so they'll stay brain dead on the fucking couch and move forward? Let them look at their fucking phones. Let them be idiots. First rule of war: never interrupt your enemy while they're making mistakes. What the fuck are you talking about? And it became apparent that she's just dumb. So then I was just like, all right, well, you were stuck in Portland, right? You and your dad used to watch Breaking Bad, right? Okay. None of that seems Christian to me. So obviously, I don't have one of those. So then I just kind of lost interest. And I was just kind of like, all right, well, here's how to survive in Portland. I'll teach you. And then we were pretty much like, have you ever been in Portland? God was pretty much like a long time ago, not now. Like even our taxi, when we were getting driven up to Portland, he was like, the city isn't the same as it used to be. I could fucking feel it while we were in the taxi. Dude has a Nirvana shirt, and my Heavenly Father told me, put on this Nirvana shirt. So both of us are wearing this Nirvana shirt. And we're going up there, and it's like, something in the way. Mm. So we were having private jokes and shit like that. And to be real, I had this natty ice before I even get in the fucking thing, because I had to numb up, because I already knew what it was gonna feel like. So I didn't want to feel it, so I was numbing up. And I could tell the difference between coming from Ashland, now you're in a major city, which we hate. So, like, all right. My first time witnessing and seeing Portland. I'd seen LA, different cities and shit like that. So now I'm in Portland. I have no idea what to do. I know it's going to be bad. That's all I know. It's going to be bad. So I'm like choosing weapons and shit like that. And it was like, all right, we're going to get to her apartment. And we did. And it was a fucking asylum. So, I mean, it's different from a heavenly sniper view versus that. But, I think um, timing. Uh, different wars. There's different war. That's all I could say. Um, I try and make everything relevant to what somebody else went through. Uh, we watched that Christian movie. What was it? Um, Indivisible. Yeah. Our marriage, no, it was not like that. Because you're dealing with how much time? There you go. One thing that I did love about Indivisible was, hey, Chaplain, I'm going to give you some advice. Leave your family behind. Shut the fuck up. Do your job. The Word of God doesn't work if someone's not submitted to Jesus. Learn it. So it was, do you stand by that statement? Do I stand by that statement? Wait. You try and mix Christian with the world. Find out how it works. Do you stand by this statement? 1000% I stand by this statement. You are such a smart boy. It takes the Spirit of God to draw them to Him. If He doesn't feel that's what it should be, it's not going to be that. So, I mean, you had all these wannabes, and that's what the war really came down to. You had all these wannabes, enemies, that did not realize they were the enemy, and probably still refuse. Like Bill Johnson still doesn't understand. You're the enemy. Yeah, we watched you, Bill. It was great. We had a problem with you for a while. You had grace. You don't anymore. So it's a bigger thing than sending me to. If you sent me to a different country, I guarantee you, and you just said, hey, I want you to eliminate the enemy real fast. Okay. But you could actually be like, yo, that's the enemy. They're the enemy because they're from a different country and they're wearing a different uniform. When you're fighting this war, these fucks put on the same uniform that you're wearing. Then they shoot you in the back. So yeah, it was it's different. To be trained as a sniper, yeah, we were doing shit, man. Just what was it, 3 hours ago? I think I'm timing it right. Yeah, 3 hours ago. I got a mission, go to the store, get some beers, and we were discussing, what was going on. Because God doesn't have to be in your church to know what's going on. It was not a question of approaching it. It was how do you want this worded? And he was pretty much like, well, Here's how I feel about it. And I was like, why are we dealing with this anyway? And fuck it, man, if that's what you want. I was like, I don't think this is what you want, but you know much more than I do. So it's I don't know. Then we take the next step.